Hi, this is a 30-hour Ogee clock. The case, as you can see, is in great shape. There's a tablet below which you can't see in this shot, and I don't know whether you can see it in the camera, but the glass is very wavy here, so it's obviously original glass. So the problem I'm having is that the clock has been cleaned in an ultrasonic cleaner. 2 bushings were installed, one here on S2 on the strike side and T2 on the strike. This is a strike side front plate, and T2 on the back side or rear of the plate. So only 2 bushings were installed. Does it need other bushings? I suppose that if I wanted to, I could replace every single bushing in this, but there are some that have what I call acceptable wear. And certainly one example is the escape wheel bridge here. The pivot hole looks okay to me. I don't see the escape wheel jumping up and down. However, there are 4 punch marks around the escape wheel on the escape wheel bridge to close that hole. So not all that concerned about that. What I am concerned about is setting up the strike side, and it has that commonly encountered problem, which is the runaway strike. So although for some reason it's not doing that now. The reason is because I'm simply pushing this little strike wire up. However, if I turn the hand, okay, so the problem as I see it is that the clock is not going into warning. So I have to, the weight is all the way to the bottom now, so I have to actually raise it up a little bit. The clock is not going into warning. So this is the hour, and of course it's only an hour strike. It doesn't strike on the half hour. If I bring it up here, it's only stopped because the weight has gone right to the bottom. So the clock is not going into warning. At this point, it should stop, okay, until I advance the minute hand to the hour. But right now, it's not going into warning. So I got to fix that. Now I'm going to take the movement out of its case. So first, stop the pendulum rod, take the pendulum off. I notice that this weight is at the bottom, and I can just pull that out very easily. This weight here, I can't get it out. However, you should do this anyway, is take the suspension spring and pendulum rod off. And then what I usually do is just release the pallet and then let the escape wheel control it a little bit, but let the escape wheel bring the weight down. Okay, until I have it. And then I simply unhook the weight. You'll notice that there are 2 different size weights. One is heavier than the other. This is the time side, which is always a little heavier than the strike side. Alright, now that I have that off, now I've designed a little tool. It's not much of a tool, it's just a wire with a hook. And then what I do is I go into the clock, pull the cable up. Okay, and once I have the cable up, simply drop it down into the case like this, and then feed it back up through here. In this clock I have replaced the cable with the braided nylon. Same with this side here. Simply hook it and then drop it down and feed it through. Because I'm testing this clock, the rear block for the movement is not screwed in place, and that rear block looks like this. Here's a good tip: always keep any small pieces that you have left, keep in a plastic bag. And here's the block that goes on the back to stabilize the movement. Okay, so once I have the cables out, then I simply slide the clock movement out on the rail, and then now I'm going to make some adjustment on this side right here, which is the strike side. I'm about to put the movement back into its case, and I made an adjustment. It may not be the final adjustment, but I made an adjustment on the strike side, specifically the fly which has the warning pin. Now there is a hook down here which is called the warning hook, or the warning lever, and the idea is that as the fly spins, the warning lever is supposed to stop it when the clock is in warning. That way it doesn't release the strike. So I made yet another adjustment, and I'm about to put the movement back into its case just to test it out. Okay, so I'll slide that in. There's the grooved rails on the other side. Okay, and then I'm just going to back it off a little bit so you can see a little better. And now I've got to run the cables through. So there's a slot on either side on these support members right here. And so I take my little fancy tool, and I'm going to bring the cables up through the top of the case. So what I do is I stick this hook implement and just grab the S hook at the bottom and just simply pull it through. Pull it through like this, unhook it, send it down the other pulley, side of the pulley, drop it in, making sure that the cable is on the pulley itself. I'll do the same thing with this through the channel on the support, and then bring it down through the pulley channel, I guess, and then pull it up like so. Drop it down, ensuring, of course, that the cable is on the pulley itself. Okay, so before you put the weight on the time side, I could actually put the weight on the strike side at this point. Weight on the strike side. It's not going to go anywhere. However, what I need to do is put the pellets back on, so that when I put the weight on, and of course there's a keeper here for the pallet, and that way I can put the time side weight on. Okay, so now that this cable is through, you just simply hook it, and then, of course, the escape wheel might turn a little bit, but I'll just feed the suspension spring through the crutch loop, and we'll put the pendulum on, and the time side should run. It has been running well. It's the strike side that's been giving me a problem. So I'm hoping, I'll test it in a few minutes, and I'm hoping that it goes into warning. If it doesn't go into warning, then we'll make another adjustment.